Welcome to Rise and Grind Radio 3.0.
You are now about to witness
With your host, Scotty the Body.
Come down later for good
7 of
news.
truth bombs, hard facts, and real life grit. It's time to wake up. Let's grind.
What's up, everybody? What's good? What's beautiful? What's grimy? Welcome back to another incredible episode of Rise and Grind Radio 3.0. I'm your host, Scotty the Body, and today we're going to be talking about the problem, or the problem with the problem, I guess. It's always something, right? Well, welcome back to another eye-twitching, truth-hacking, caffeine-laced episode of Rise and Grind Radio 3.0. Once again, I'm Scotty the Body, part philosopher, full-time personal trainer, part exorcist of societal bullshit. And today, ooh, baby, we are cracking open a philosophy term that sounds like something you'd get prescribed for, I don't know, whatever cream you need these days. All right, say it with me. Hegelian Dialectic. I can't even say it myself. Hegelian Dialectic. Right. Yeah, it sounds like a rash you picked up at a Burning Man concert, but trust me, it's a lot worse. Now, what the hell is a Hegelian dialectic? Well, let's get one thing straight. George Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel wasn't some Bond villain. He was a German philosopher in the 1800s who wrote a bunch of heavy shit, used a lot of commas, probably smelled like bratwurst and pipe smoke and BO, but one of his ideas became the most dangerous tool in the world. Not because he meant it that way, but because powerful people, as they do, weaponized it. Here's the idea. Real simple, real fucking slick. Ready? Thesis. Is the status quo? Antithesis. Was like a reaction. Or the opposite, right? And the synthesis is the new thing born from the conflict, ushering in the new age, if you will. Boom. A cycle. Foreign. Something exists. Something challenges it. And together, they create a new truth. Sounds reasonable, right? No. Like growing up, like building muscle, like trying to figure out your taxes at age 34 and realizing you owe the government your fucking kidneys. But here's the part where they don't tell you in philosophy 101. What if somebody deliberately is creating the problem to trigger a reaction so they can force their pre-planned solution already determined so they can usher in their narrative? That's not fucking growth. Come on. That's manipulation. It's not evolution. It's psychological warfare dressed up in a lab coat as a CNN tyrant. Modern examples would be... Let me think about this for a second. All right, let's do this. Let's play a game called Hegelian Hijinks. Right? I'm going to give you the setup, and you guess who benefits. Right? Okay, here we go. Exhibit A. A deadly virus emerges. Anyone? Okay. Life's normal. People coughing like they do in February. Right? Antithesis. Media panic. People freaking out. Fucking toilet paper hoarding. Synthesis. Lockdowns, masks, mandates, vax passes, social distancing, business collapsing, billionaires doubling their net worth in record profit years while we're still in inflation. What the fuck is going on? All while grandma dies alone in the nursing home. But hey, Amazon stock is up. Now, this wasn't just a health crisis. It was a behavioral conditioning experiment, a beta test in global compliance. You stayed inside for 2 years because the screen told you to. Because the screen told you to. Hegel's ghost is out there doing fucking backflips right now. Let's try another one, yeah? Exhibit B. Cultural division theater. Doesn't get any better than this because it's literally right in your face. All right. Here it goes. Things are kind of okay-ish, right? But there's the thesis. Antithesis be breaking. White cops versus black lives. Blue lives versus trans kids. Straight versus fucking gay. Rich versus poor. Facts versus purebloods. Dude, get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? If you haven't seen through this fucking bullshit yet, then you're the problem. You should wake the fuck up. Synthesis. Obviously, division. Tribalism. What the fuck? Here, I'll go back to our last episode. Your neighbor's not your enemy. How about that one? Algorithm. Ugh, Jesus Christ, I'm having a hard time today. Algorithms. Go to speech class. Algorithms feeding what you need to hate for them. Civil war without bullets. I mean, for now. And then, surprise, the government sweeps in to regulate speech, enforce hate crime laws, and take, I don't know, a few more of whatever rights you got left for unity. Yeah, that's what I said. I said it. Now, you think you're picking a side? No, dude. You're picking a fucking person. All right, how about another one? Exhibit C. This one. It couldn't be any more real, right? Because it just happened. Digital speech crisis. Now, the internet's basically the Wild West these days. People say whatever the fuck they want. That's the thesis. The antithesis would be, I don't know, one guy tweets something spicy and, I don't know, maybe it's real. Maybe it's bait. You got to check your fucking facts before you click on it. We need moderation. That's the synthesis, right? We need a little bit of filtering so there's no misinformation. And boom. Social scoring? Shadow banning. Oh. I'm well aware of the shadow banning. And thought crimes. Like, they haven't even fucking happened yet. This reminds me of that movie, Minority Report. If you haven't seen it yet, holy fuck. It's got nothing to do with minorities. It's got everything to do with control, though. It's a dystopian future where I don't know, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's fucking amazing. Check it out. One day, let's just say you're tweeting memes, and the next day, your Uber rating is a 1, and you're banned from Instacart because your opinions weren't gluten-free. Yeah, that's a mouthful, man. That is a mouthful, and a hard pill to swallow with no cup of water. So just keep that in mind as we are ushering in this dystopian future. Now, I've always said that Hegelian dialectic is more of a gaslighting with a degree, and it is. Let's make it as plain as day for you, for those who aren't fully there yet. The dialectic is how the elite manufacture consent. They invent the disease, they want you to fucking panic, and then they sell you the cure and install a GPS tracker or some fucking mRNA or whatever else these... listen, I don't have time to break it all down. But question everything. That's what I'm here for. It's the problem, the reaction, and then the solution. All provided by who? Well, the person in power, apparently. Or they're hidden masters. They write the problem, choreograph the reaction, and through media hypnosis, turn the fucking TV off, by the way, they offer a solution, and whatever they were trying to force in the beginning, they're like, oh, well, shit, it didn't work that way. Listen, I grew up in a toxic environment. I saw this shit from miles away. I was like, no. How the fuck did they come up with that vax in less than 6 months, and this thing just happened? They don't even have a cure for cancer or AIDS, or if they do, they haven't given it to us yet. Now, this toxic relationship with the government where, I don't know, figuratively, they burn your house down and give you a blanket, say, hey, yeah, we love you, but no, you don't, bro. You lit the match, right? How do we actually beat the script for those who are walking in this trance limbo state? What do we do about it? Well, here's the first step, champ. Recognize the fucking playbook. Stop trying to follow someone who doesn't know who the fuck you are. You're just a statistic, just a tick mark, right? Start asking questions. Who benefits from this chaos? Who is actually shaking the jar, right? You guys are familiar with that analogy? There's 100 red ants put in a mason jar, big one, right? 128 ounces, and then 100 red ants, fire ants, that are put into a jar, the same jar. Now, they're fine. You can make them pink ants, white ants. I don't give a fuck. They're fine. Now, some asshole comes along, sees this fucking jar of these peaceful ants just getting along together, and he goes ahead and he fucking shakes it as hard as he could. And all of a sudden, the ants, they just experience all this turmoil and hate for each other. They're like, what the fuck is going on? And immediately look at each other, and they just start swinging and going at it, and before you know it, they're all fucking dead. But instead of asking, who's shaking the fucking jar, they went for each other. That's the question you should be asking yourself. Who's shaking the fucking jar? What are they distracting me from? Why do both sides seem to control the opposition? Why is it that these fucking bills that they try to invoke or imply or pass through the fucking at 12 o'clock in the morning when no one's a fucking awake to say no, why do they all conflict each other? Yeah, this bill says, oh, yeah, you can smoke weed, but you can't have a gun, right? Or you can marry whoever you want, but you don't have any pussy rights. Sorry. Say no to vagina rights because you voted blue or you voted black or you voted red. It don't fucking matter. It could be pink. It could be fucking magenta. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The thing is, it's implicated for you to decide to fucking hate. You also have a choice not to choose and not to hate. That's the fucking thing. But the folks have a hard time grasping that, grasping the idea that you don't have to choose what they give you. There's other choices. Is this even a real fight? Or is this WrestleMania for fucking boomers, man? Because once you stop reacting emotionally and start thinking systematically, you become dangerous. You unplug from the narrative. You stop being cattle, ushered in and saying yes to every fucking thing that the man tells you. Unplug from the narrative. Stop being fucking cattle. Start being a shepherd. Start being the fucking wolf. Start being the lion. Start being the fucking bear. Start being the shark. And look, I'm not saying every problem is fake. No. I'm not saying, everything has a remedy either. I'm saying every major problem that gets funded and then televised, hashtag properly, usually has some fucking dirty fingerprints on it. All right? Now, we have a fine commonality in most of these. We'll call them cutaways, right? You just think for a second, the cutaway. So I think the synthesis is always slavery, right? In some degree, unless you walk the fuck away. Now, what's the final joke of the dialectic? The synthesis, the final solution, is always some new form of control, whether it's digital currency, climate lockdowns, biometric IDs, or mental health social credit apps. Every fix they pitch you is just a shinier fucking leash, and it just it just keeps getting shorter. But like I said, we don't have to accept the shit. We don't have to play the game. Here's my thesis. People want truth. People want peace. People want meaning. Their antithesis? Lies, division, distraction. What's our synthesis? Go ahead, think about it. Community. Real strength. Sovereignty. Mental and physical fortitude. Spiritual grounding. When's the last time you meditated? Discipline. Stop saying no. Stop saying maybe. Fuck tomorrow. It's not promised. Be an independent, free thinker. Yeah, it's cool to read and ingest, but to have one idea as a single thought is just asinine. Then you're an extremist. What the fuck? Oh, God. Yeah, that's going to be it for today, folks. My dialectically awakened warriors. Remember, if you don't write your own script, someone else already has. This has been Rise and Grind Radio 3.0. Scotty the Body telling you, don't fall for their fake fights. Don't marry their narrative. And don't let the solution be your slavery. Rise, think, grind. Catch y'all next week.